Good day, Miss Juliet. I am going to be getting into not only some amazing things from your initial natal chart, but also your draconian and your solar chart for this year, just to give you a full idea of who you are and what is developing this year. First of all, thank you so much for your patience. Let me add these transits on here. I get anxiety every time I go to do your chart. I think I admire you so much that it makes me nervous. Like, oh my goodness, I really want to tell her some handy stuff. I don't know what she's expecting. I put you on a pedestal. Look at that. All right, so let's get to this. I think in getting to the bottom of who you are, we need to absolutely start with this South Node, which of course is not listed here because that's what they do to me. But your South Node is in Aries in 12th degree, 12 degrees. So this means that in the last life, you were somebody who worked really, really hard and did not get your roses till the end. Like you made something great, but it did not come to fruition in old age like you wanted it to, and you really did not get to enjoy it in this life. You may see some reflections of that, especially with you having this Saturn here. This Saturn and your moon right next to each other like that is rough. Like your emotions will hold you back on pioneering something in this life, much like it did the last life. Until after 27, 28, this is based upon your Saturn return when you'll get moved towards what you're supposed to be doing in your 10th house. Um, you're meant to have a very interesting life, especially with you taking this path of the Aquarius, learning to be a part of the group. This means you start off sort of immature with it, which is where your feelings are right now. In Aquarius, you are learning about your path emotionally right now. This is always meant to go this way. And I'm just tickled by the fact that most of your stuff is karmic. You have so much stuff holding you back that is requiring you to be of service, especially to your home and your family before you even get to indulge in the greatness, which is a reflection of where you came from last time. In this life, you are meant to move away from that, and you're actually going to get into a marriage or some sort of partnership with an amazing person who is going to, I guess, become your business partner. Y'all are going to be creating things together. You are going to learn how to make the most of other people's money. Are you already in investment? Are you in real estate, stock market, anything like that? Because that is essentially what you came to do. And everything you're weeding out before then, especially what has gone on for you over the course of the last year and a half, is based upon the karma you owed for what business you had last time. This is a catch 22 because you have some good indicator that you were held back from getting this business karmically because of the debt to your family. But that was always meant to change for you, and you were going to step into this period here of expansion. You just had your Jupiter return. Have you met anybody? Are you dating somebody? Because that's important there too. But this can also be indicated that you stepped into the business that you wanted to, that you started getting inklings about what you are meant to be doing for your business. Right now, you are going through a really big learning phase because inevitably you're meant to earn money from home. Your job is going to be from home, and over the course of the next year, that is formulating for you. So, this is the base of who you are this life and where you came from. I am going to break down the blueprints of your soul, which is the draconian chart. If you go with the philosophy of how I read charts, the draconian chart is your undeveloped soul, or how far your soul has developed. Keep in mind, we all come from darkness. We all come from chaos matter, roughly. We all come from nothing. We have to be developed to the people we are now. And then along the way, if we affect anybody else, that's how we develop karma and all these things that build us. Now, this draconian chart that I'm about to read out for you is going to explain how far your soul has developed on its journey from darkness. This is connected to your natal chart now because the natal chart now pretty much just explains exactly the character as Juliet that you are playing this life and what you have to do in order to develop this here. Now, this is a completely different ball game, as you can see from your regular chart. Besides the fact that the North Node is, now I feel like I need to see your other North Node again. The North Node is in eighth in Aries, as opposed to the Libra up here. But that's just how these chart works. Every draconian chart starts at 0 degrees Aries because that is like the most immature, undeveloped position that you can be in to get an idea of, I mean, where you're coming from. So initially, who you are is someone on the opposite path from what you are now. Well, no, yours is Aquarius now, but this Cancer Capricorn thing is an important access for you still because in your current chart, Remember, this cap is in 12 before that Aquarius starts. So maybe last time you had a business that was very strict, very mature, and you stayed to yourself because of that, but you did not really interact with people, which also explains why you did not prosper until the end of life last time. It's not that you did not have a really good idea, but you did not know how to network, and that could be something that is still lingering with you. Now, with you taking the path of family, that's what this is: family, emotions, growth on your draconian chart. That's what you came here to develop as a whole. Every time that you incarnate, your main goal will be going down this path of the Cancer during this particular incarnation phase. You can get stuck here for like hundreds of years if you can do your shit quickly, or you can be stuck here for thousands of years. But every path, I believe, in my mind, that is you get to be every zodiac sign, every incarnation, just to develop that character of the chart. Because most people want to go through this Earth School program so much that they get to be a deity or something cool. So, at the core of you, according to this chart, you are a business person, which definitely connects to the 12th house stuff that you have in the other chart. That is where your Lilith is. Money is important to you. Working on a day to day basis is good for you. This is where your Hecate is, which is where you need to learn to trust your intuition in a day to day basis with your money, with your finances, with you learning, with you working towards your legacy. That needs to be balanced with this 12th house. Um, there's a little bit of Gemini here, which means maybe sometimes you hold back your words or you use your words as a tool to hurt others. But majority of this house is in Cancer, which means that you'd have issues with possibly female figures in your family, your mom, other women in general might be your hidden enemies, but also you might have a hard time with boundaries. Maybe you don't recognize other people's boundaries when they don't want your help, or sometimes you give away too much and then you feel depleted with this energy here. But it still gives you a natural guardian angel, just something that you have with you through every incarnation. This also gives you the gifts of empathy. And by empathy, I mean literally being able to feel what other people feel. Like, this is empath stuff. I don't know what your belief system is, but that is what this is. You have the ability to see the way other people feel or feel the other way people feel, especially through your dreams. And this is especially connected to your friendships and the people that are closer to you, because that Uranus connects back to Aquarius. With your DNA asteroid being in Gemini in the 11th. With this going on here, your words are going to be the thing that make or break you, and that is the gift from your family lineage. DNA is the link that you were given. Sometimes it could be something that you have to clear from your family, or DNA can be something that you are gifted from your family. In this case, with it being at this particular location, it is the gift. You have the connection to the people around you that will lead you to your highest success. You will reconnect with the tribe that helped you last time. Just hopefully this time you'll be able to trust yourself enough to get to it before you're like geriatric. Your natural personality, your natural shell with this setup is that of the Cancer. This means you could be moody, but you also appear soft to people and maybe they don't take you so seriously because they don't understand this Leo under here. This means you are optimist. You have a great sense of humor. Confidence could be a thing, but you have this intercepted here. So maybe that's a part of yourself that you have to work on, because once again, this is just the soul of who you are underneath. With your soul or just on the Cancer path with this draconian thing, you might not have even got to this full Leo energy of you having to develop that part of yourself yet as a soul. But there's also some Virgo here. So you have three energies naturally. This means when those transits come through, and let me click those on. Will it let me do it here? Oh, it won't let me do transit for this type of chart, whatever, it's a hater. Um, that means when certain transits go through, you'll seem like a Jackal High type person, kind of, because you can be very sensitive, moody like the Cancer, or you can be very outgoing and just ready for the world like the Virgo, or sometimes you can be over analytical or very extra practical because of this energy. Now, your natural gifts, according to your draconian chart, are through your emotions. This once again leads to the fact that you have the ability to sense other people's emotions and help them heal. Once again, this is something with the Saturn here that was not going to be developed for you, even in this life, until after 28 or around 28, when you realize you had these gifts. These gifts will allow you to bring things into balance because it is Libra energy, some mutualism, um, just goodness through your partnership once again, because we discussed this on your other chart, because your partner is going to be a very important way part of how you make money in the future, and that is based upon both charts. Um, it's important to note that with your I see being in Scorpio, chances are, and I mean, this is the draconian chart, that your lineage is from the underworld or you have spent some time in the underworld. That is what you're working out through your family in this life. Was your family not the most pleasant? Did they have a lot of secrets? Did you always feel like you were being controlled? You have to listen to them all the time? These are things that can be patterns that you still have to deal with. Now, with your Venus at 29, this is a critical degree, especially in Scorpio. This means you're earning money, uncovering secrets, earning money sort of through your own transformation with your family and what you do and how you take whatever the obstacles were at home and sort of push through them to become optimists. This also means that you could be the type of person that ends up traveling for a living, moving, just being sort of nomadish as opposed to somebody who's really stuck on home and really only feels comfort at home. And keep in mind, these are the undercurrents of your feelings, the behaviors that you need to recognize that maybe you didn't even notice you had that are still lingering as you get comfortable with the sim that you currently are. Um, with your Mercury and Sagittarius natally and your creativity, this makes you blunt, funny, sarcastic. Sometimes you can be dogmatic and sort of look down on other people, but there comes a time when you'll be flexible enough that there's no concern because you're so objective at learning from every other person. This leads us right back around to this house of Cancer in it. I'm always messing up. Of Cancer, dang it again, Capricorn energy that you have in your sixth house that is like balanced by, like, this is majority of your energy here, just working between home and work and trying to get your legacy on board. Um, without being distracted by what is going on at home. Now, another thing that stands out for me here is the Chiron and Pisces. Do you have a hard time trusting your intuition or your own gifts? That could be something that comes along with that, especially with this beginning of Draconian. Maybe you don't even realize that you're not accepting your power like you should. With you having this Aries Taurus combo in the ninth house. All right, so here it's important to note that you may start off very vigilant about your beliefs. You might be very rigid, but eventually there's going to be something that happens where you learn things that you teach to other people because you have an easy way of teaching it. And that's actually where Uranus is going through now. Your career, your draconian career, your soul, what your soul wants to do in totality is to teach or be known for your voice, work in food, music, art, weed, wine, hedonism, banking. But with the Gemini here, that's also very much teaching going on here. That's where the transformation takes place here for you. Whatever occurred to you in your childhood, in your home. There might be even some things you don't remember that occurred. That is what transformed you. And maybe there's a skill that you need to get out. Something, or there's something you need to write about, is what I'm feeling to get out of you. That could be your claim to career prosperity and balancing out what you want for your financial goals. Um, this has been your, oh no, I'm all wrong. We have your solar chart to look at. I'm so used to, I'm really floored by how this matched up with your regular one. Please know that not everybody else's chart matches up like that. I believe that that means that you have not been doing slow on your incarnation, so to speak. You are not behind. Some people get stuck in their lessons and it takes forever, and their degrees and everything is just, it's a mess because every part develops differently. So what I'm about to do now is pull up your solar return to give you an idea of the medium between the natal chart we looked at, which is the character you are right now, in order for you to develop the soul, which we saw in the draconian chart. Now, this is the solar chart. What is happening to you this year in order for you to get closer to the goals of the natal chart, which is the development of your soul? So this year for you is a biggie. This is a critical degree in Scorpio. Are you uncovering who you are? You're learning about secretive friends. Do you have any backstabbing going on or anything like that? Anything wild? Because this 29 degrees is Scorpio path. I mean, this year for you is all about developing your soul, transforming, changing things. With the Katya, first, you are learning to trust your intuition and your own philosophy and your own belief system. You still have stellium in Capricorn, which is lining up. Now I can add the transits on this. Aha, they have me. Let me click that because that totally helps me help you. Okay, so see how this is lined up right here. If you've had a rough year, this is why. This is you literally your money being affected, you learning how to reupholster your money, so to speak. um, you're about to have a moon return, say moon, lunar return in a couple of days, which means that your feelings in relation to being connected to the people around you, your siblings and stuff, are going to be reset for the month. But all of your stuff is geared towards making sure your business and what you're supposed to be doing as a business is coming together this year. This year, you are learning how to work with other people's money from home. Are you having to rely on a parent, or just the fact that you're quarantined could definitely be it. But you are learning a lot through your dreams, um, reinvigorating your own passions. You're having your Chiron return according to the solar chart. So any feelings you have about not being independent at home, um, not being in charge of your own destiny, not doing what you really want to do would be upsetting to you right now. Anything that you feel inside. Because this year, the goal for you, did you get married already? Because that was the year to be seen in front of the public eye as a person who speaks. That just had your North Node return here for that. And Venus being in Gemini here, once again, this is the house ruled by Libra. That connects back to the fact that you're meant to be having a partner that you are earning your money through. And you're about to have a Uranus return during this year, because you have quite a few months before it gets back to your birthday. Um, there's going to be some radical change in what you do to your day-to-day life. Do you write? Do you sing? Do you work with weed? I have so many questions about this setup, because there are parts that line back up. But this year for you, you're meant to be known in your career as a healer, as somebody who uses their words to help other people. That DNA, once again, is helping you out, but this time it's in 10th in Libra. So this means that if you are married, or if you get into a partnership in your career, things will pop up for you. Your ancestors are backing you up there. Um, this year is about business and focus, and you taking everything you learned from your childhood to make the business happen for you, because who you are as a person is a business person trying to fortify their legacy. That is who your soul is from the core. And this life is about you doing it before it gets too late for you to actually enjoy it. Thank you for this opportunity. Let me know if you have any other questions, my dear.